Let's see the fear now. I got the driving hot sparks, leaving scars for remorse. I got mark, won't starve. I am my dreamer. I'm a master of my fate. I'm a master of my fate. I'm a master of my fate.
In the wake of Slammiversary, welcome to TNA Xplosion. Tonight, Gia Miller goes around the ring with one half of the Knockouts World Tag Team Champions, Alisha Edwards of the System. To Don West, you've got to be kidding me. Top 5 trending topics of the week. In case you missed it. And our main event, we'll see Gisele Shaw square off with Tasha Steelz in Knockouts action. But first, we head back in time as TNA Plus presents From the Vault. This is an interesting draw from Mike Bailey. If you're Bailey, how do you approach this?
Well, as you watch it, this Jack Evans you see in front of you is very, shall I say, confident.
Yes.
So I would exploit that confidence if he's going to get a big head about him, because I spoke to Jack Evans earlier today, and I mean, as if you would expect anything else, he said if I were there in that Ultimate X match at Slammiversary.
Oh, cover! Evans trying to sneak one past Bailey.
He said it would have been him.
Cover, kick out.
Being the X Division champion as he's trying to get it right now.
Cover, kick out by Bailey. And this is what I've talked about. It just takes someone catching Bailey at the right time to take away the X Division title.
But good luck catching someone like Speedball Mike Bailey at a bad time. He literally stands on his toes at all times, so it's hard to find that.
Jack Evans has plenty of history here in Impact Wrestling. As you can see, hashtag emergence all over social media right now. We thank you for watching on Impact Plus, Fight TV, and YouTube. Our Ultimate Insiders tuning in. Jack Evans, he was once a part of Team Canada back in 2004, that due to his ties with the Hart family. Competed at Destination X in 2011, but you can see Jack Evans, a very devil-may-care attitude. He does things when he damn well feels like
I feel like Jack Evans watched a lot of Matthew Raywalt videos before this, because these are tactics I've used a lot in my career. It's smart. Goad him in and take the pace at your own. That's right.
Some would call that a cheap shot.
Well, here's the thing. This is brilliant, actually, from Jack Evans. He knows that Mike Bailey's had all these matchups going toe-to-toe, chain for chain, move for move, with all these incredible X Division athletes. So let's take him off his game. Let's goad him in. Let's play these games.
Mike Bailey has defended against the likes of Rocky Romero, Diener, Alan Angels, Trey Miguel especially. And now Jack Evans here at Emergence. I'm trying to slow down Jack Evans, who is doing anything he can to get to the ropes right now just to get away from Bailey.
There's that incredible athleticism from Evans.
Very creative escape there. Here's the cover, and a kick out by Evans. Now into another cover here, and Bailey able to kick out. Oh, crossbody. Here's the cover, pressing Bailey to the canvas and a kick out. Whoa, Bailey. Bailey with a dive there.
Bailey went for the same idea. Evans moved, now Bailey moves.
Oh, chop right to the chest there by Bailey. Now Evans trying to pick up the pace here.
Things speeding up already. The feeling out process in this one has not been very long. They are going full tilt.
Oh! Ribs meet ribs, center of the ring.
And look at the look on the champion's face. I don't think he takes too kindly to the arrogance of Jack Evans coming into this one. And
this is exciting because these are two very gifted strikers.
But no, offense to Jack Evans. If I'm going to challenge any human being on earth to a kickoff or a kicking contest, whatever you want to call it, it's not Mike Bailey.
Oh, went for a kick. Oh, and there goes Evans hard out of the ring.
Bailey's not done, though.
Speedball through the ropes and into the barricade here in Chicago. Sends Evans back inside the ring, and Evans trying to hightail it out of the ring. There's Bailey who tracks him down.
Jack Evans thought he was getting out of harm's way, ended up just in the worst of it.
Title can only change hands via pinfall or submission inside the ring. Evans is trying to get out of the way of Speedball right now.
Take a look at this again as Bayley diving right into Jack Evans. See, this is why they call him Speedball. One for the money, two for the show for Jack Evans.
So now Jack Evans gets back up to the apron here. And Bayley will try to meet him there with the kick. Oh!
And Evans just trying to create some breathing room here to pop off something like this. Beautiful corkscrew kick off the ropes.
To the point you were making earlier, Jack Evans, he can deliver some eye-popping kicks. It's just on his time. Here's the cover to win the championship in a kick out. It's not necessarily about firing him off. He's more about, I guess you would call it, his quality of strike.
That's right, his timing.
And we invite you to tweet along with us here as Impact Wrestling presents Emergence live on Impact Plus, Fight TV, and YouTube. You might see your tweet right here on the screen throughout the evening here in Chicago.
X Division action kicking this thing off.
Look at this.
Some of the best athletes in the entire world are on your screen right now.
Jack Evans, can he score a submission victory and capture the X Division title? Here from Mike Bailey to open up Emergence.
You see Evans saw that Mike Bailey was starting to get towards those ropes, let go of the hold, and decide to try a different tactic. It's a smart move.
And now a suplex here. Jack Evans floats over into the cover. Kick out there by Bailey.
And Evans has immediately slowed down this pace. When it picks up, that's Mike Bailey's zone. We call him Speedball. Evans, as incredible as an athlete as he is, he wants to control who, what, where, when, why the action in this matchup takes place. Something sometimes has to give.
Oh, look at this.
Whoa!
Bailey able to evade out of the corner. Oh, and trying to pick things up, and he turned Evans inside out.
And just as I say it, you cannot count out Speedball Mike Bailey, your X Division champion. That title means everything to him, and he will not give it up without a fight. Oh! Brutal kicks to the front, the back, to the spine, and then beautiful!
Oh! To retain the title here in Chicago, and a kick out by Evans.
The corkscrew shooting star press from Bailey can't put it away, but now he is back on top of this matchup in control.
And now, look at Bailey, poised to strike here against Jack Evans. Oh, trying to put Jack Evans light out. Evans able to catch it.
Evans done his homework.
Slides off the back. Oh, and now look at Bailey trying to back Evans into the corner.
Bailey's adapting very well to everything Jack Evans decides to throw at him.
Now look at Evans. Cartwheel into the back elbow.
A little bit of extra momentum on that. Floats over on the Northern Lights now.
Holds onto it. Opts not to go for the pin. Falcon arrow. Here's the cover by Evans. Kick out by Bailey. We've already seen one new champion, or champions, I guess I should say, the new Knockouts World Tag Team Champions on the countdown to Emergence. Could we see another new champion here in Jack Evans to open up Emergence?
What a way to start the night here at Emergence that would be. Again, you have to imagine Jack Evans has visions of what could have been at Slammiversary in that Ultimate X match that Mike Bailey ultimately won.
Now Bailey on the attack there. Evans ready for it. Both men catching.
Kick for kick, flip for flip. Same idea from two of the best athletes in pro wrestling. And now both men on the floor.
Now the official checking on both these competitors here. What a way to begin Emergence here in Chicago. Two more championship matches still to come tonight. The Knockouts World title will be on the line as Jordan Grace defends against Mia Yim. And of course, our main event, Josh Alexander defends the Impact World title against Alex Shelley. Count of 6 here. Both men out of the count of 10 to get back up to their feet so this match can continue. Count of 8, and Bailey's back up.
Evans finds his feet as well.
Now Bailey just trying to control the situation here against Jack Evans. Bailey rushes
Whoa.
in, some knees there right to the chest. Oh, and a kick to the side of the head.
Jack Evans trying to get some breathing room there.
Oh, Bailey with a moonsault to the outside.
Evans looking for a little bit of space, found a moonsault instead as you take a look right here to the outside from the X Division champion.
Back to live action. Jack Evans finally tracks down Mike Bailey. Bailey went for a kick on the outside. Evans was able to escape and capitalized.
Evans able to withstand that storm. And trust me, Bailey has got an entire cavalcade of offense you'll have to withstand.
Definitely a hell of a match here to begin Emergence in Chicago. Off the top, it's Jack Evans with a blockbuster.
Huge blockbuster now. He's got to capitalize, get into the cover here.
Is this enough? Do we have a new X Division champion and a kick out? Take another look here at this. Off the top, boom! Just crushing Mike Bailey, but the match continues. Now Jack Evans trying to figure out what he's got to do to walk away with the X Division crown.
We're at that point in this matchup with both men wanting to drop some of their biggest weapon, the biggest pieces of their arsenal to put this one away.
Oh, look at this. Mike Bailey rushing in there to prevent Jack Evans from going off the top. Oh, with an elbow right between the eyes.
Now plants Bailey, but Bailey right back up.
And look at the eyes of Evans. He can't believe it.
And now Bailey just taking all of this punishment. And now in a prime and prone position here for Evans.
It's like a movie monster that just won't die.
That's what the X Division Championship means to Speedball Mike Bailey.
And now Bailey back up. Evans can't believe what he's seeing here. Off the top, and on the neck, onto the shoulder as well of Bailey.
The ability of Evans to adapt and hit that German suplex from almost out of nowhere.
Oh, thought about the moonsault, landed on his feet and rolled through. Oh, wait a minute. Bailey and Evans both collided there. I think Bailey got the better of it.
Both looking for a kick, but no! Ultima weapon to the back of Jack Evans.
Here's the cover. Bailey tucks the arm. Bailey turns away Jack Evans.
Here is your winner and still X Division champion, Speedball Mike Bailey.
Well, the role of Mike Bailey continues and continues.
And now on TNA Xplosion, it's time for the Don West, you've got to be kidding me, top 5 trending topics of the week in honor of the late great TNA Hall of Famer, Don West. At number 5, one of the most shocking moments of Slammiversary in the main event for the TNA World Championship after Moose had been eliminated and a new TNA World Champion was guaranteed. Josh Alexander low-blowed Joe Hendry and then eliminated Hendry. Josh Alexander has left every TNA fan asking why. At number 4, Jordan Grace withstood the challenge of Ash by Elegance in defense of her Knockouts World Championship at Slammiversary. Despite the involvement of the personal concierge and the appearance of Rosemary running off the concierge, Grace stood tall and once again successfully defended her Knockouts World title. At number 3, it was a moment that pro wrestling fans thought they would never see. Earl Hebner stepping foot in Montreal once again for the first time in decades, but also making the right decision in the X Division title match between Speedball Mike Bailey and Mustafa Ali. This one you have to relive on TNA Plus. At number 2, Joe Hendry changed the landscape of TNA this past weekend at Slammiversary. In the main event, the 6-way elimination match for the TNA World Championship, Joe Hendry eliminated Moose and guaranteed that we would have a new TNA World Champion that night. And at number 1, despite the chaos of the main event of Slammiversary, the actions of Josh Alexander, Joe Hendry guaranteeing a new TNA World Champion and eliminating Moose, Nick Nemeth withstood a late surge by Frankie Kazarian. Nick Nemeth is now your new TNA World Champion. Still to to come here on Xplosion. Knockouts action as Gisele Shaw faces Tasha Steelz. But coming up next on Xplosion, it's Around the Ring with Gia Miller, starring Alisha Edwards of The System. Welcome back to TNA Xplosion, and now it's time for Around the Ring with Gia Miller.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Around the Ring. As always, I am your host, Gia Miller, and today, I always say it's a special episode, but today, it's been a long time coming because today I have my big sister, Alisha Edwards. Lish, thanks for sitting down with me.
Oh, well, thanks for having me. I'm super excited.
Yeah, this one's been a long time coming because if there's one thing that you could probably infer about both me and Lish is that we are both yappers.
Oh, yes.
We yap a lot. We talk just in two different polar opposite accents, back and forth constantly.
100%. So imagine us together. Yeah. Double trouble.
Double trouble, big time. And then when Zaya gets in the mix, it's that's a whole nother thing. Oh, we'll have to have a special episode for the panel, the round table. Okay, all right. Somebody write this down. Anyway, so Lish, we don't talk about wrestling.
Thank God, because I hate wrestling.
It's true. She hates wrestling. but you've spent 20 years in the business. I mean, you've been around for a long time. You've seen a lot. You've done so much. You've been I don't think that the people at home really know how vital of a piece that you've been in this locker room, especially in the past several years. You've been such a vital piece. And now we're getting to see the effects of all that work that you've put in. I mean, and sometimes it takes a long time for people to, reach that, their push or that moment that they're looking for. What does it take? How do you push through that, even when you think, oh, maybe it's not going to happen?
I mean, I still have those thoughts, even when this is the best year for me in my career, and I think personally. So, I mean, honestly, I think when you're in it, it's hard to kind of process as it's happening. So sometimes you got to kind of step back and process the thought and just think about it. But it's been very overwhelming is, I guess, the great word for it. But I mean, I don't even know what to say about it because it is so much to kind of process.
Yeah.
And it's hard to do it while the hustle is real and happening. And right now, I'm definitely in my hustle where I just got to continue going.
I've never known you to not be in your hustle.
Well,
we do these little things called 6-month evaluations, and it typically falls around 6 months. Sometimes it's sooner if we really need it, where we sit and we talk about the goals that we have and what we've got to do to achieve those goals.
And to level up at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I think growing and being a part of things, I've been around for a while, but wrestling has evolved, which means
and you gotta evolve with it.
Yes, and things change in the business, and it's just that growing aspect.
Yeah, and you've consistently grown. I mean, I think we've watched you grow just over the past couple of years, but there was so much before that, so many vital pieces, and as much work as you've put into just the TNA locker room, the Impact locker room. I need you guys to know she's constantly hustling when she's not here too. You're always working on something. I mean, one of the biggest projects I know we can talk about it a little bit is the content space.
Oh yes. We kind of work with someone in the Northeast area where we kind of rent out a building.
Blueprint Studios.
Yes, Blueprint Studios, and it was literally a space that just had a bunch of white walls, and we were sitting there and content creating, and we're wait, what if we did this wall like this?
So
and
you
this
had these plain white walls, it's a plain background, but it's you want more than just a plain background.
So
how do we evolve this?
Pinterest was my best friend for a long time, and texting GM hey, do you think this would work? And then
I introduced you to Goodwill.
Thrifting is my new best friend as well, because I've never been in a thrift store ever. And then that's where we would find things, and we did a lot of projects and like, yeah. So now we have a content house.
Yeah, and that's just one of the side things that you're working on. Because I said at the beginning, you're my big sister, but you're really everyone's big sister. I mean, anytime, she does have a little bit of a harsh exterior, but anytime there's someone new in the locker room, you're always kind of, you're the one to make sure that they're taken care of, that they're all good. And like, I mean, it probably takes a lot out of you to have a heart like that.
I mean, it does a lot of energy, but as long as the energy is put in a positive direction
And you get that back.
and I think it kind of, you know, like what is it? One hand washes the other. Did I say that analogy right?
Sounds right to me. We speak Lishisms here.
Yeah,
We speak Alisha.
exactly. So like, I think like, you know, you put the good energy out, it somehow kind of comes back to you. So yeah.
Absolutely.
And it also feels good when, like, for example, like someone like you that came and we didn't know each other that well, and then being able to see you grow as well, and you know.
Yeah, and you've been such a vital piece of my growth, and as long as I've got this girl on my side, I know that
We're taking over.
Yeah, we're taking over, and unfortunately, this is all the time we have. We'll have to have you back for episode 2, 3, 4, 5.
Round 2.
Oh yeah, we're just gonna have you a recurring guest, guys. Thank you so much, Lish, for sitting down with me. I hope that you've enjoyed getting to know the real Alisha, because there's so much, there are so many layers. We'll peel them back. But guys, thank you so much. This has been Around the Ring.
Up next, did you miss anything from Impact? No problem, as we'll get you all caught up. It's In Case You Missed It, next on Xplosion. Welcome back to TNA Xplosion, and now it's time for In Case You Missed It. Who Moose used to go after Mike Santana in the road to Slammiversary qualifying matches to remove Santana from the equation, covering a kick out.
And it worked. The plan worked to perfection, Tom. Mike Santana did not get his opportunity to compete in that 6-man elimination match at Slammiversary.
Oh. Heavy strike there as Hendry looks on. Eddie Edwards, that boot right underneath the chin. All right, now Alisha Edwards driving Austin throat first into the bottom rope. The rest of the system have distracted the official.
The entire complexion of this matchup has changed in the system's favor in our main event.
And we are back here on TNA Impact. Things are beginning to boil over in our main event matchup. It is a 6-man tag team matchup. However, we have plenty of parties at ringside. As we saw before the commercial break, Joe Hendry is out here on the corner of Matt Hardy and the ABC, as we heard earlier on tonight. Hardy, Austin, and Bay invited, quote, someone they believe in to back them up because they believe that the system would try and pull a fast one. And indeed, Moose came out here in the middle of the matchup, and the system had designs on potentially getting involved in this matchup.
Oh, I didn't know it was Tom Cleo over here, that you can read minds. All we saw was Moose come out here to keep an eye on things, and now Chris Bay turns this matchup around.
What's the old adage? History is our greatest teacher. We know what the system has done the entire time they've been a faction. They're always cheating. They're always trying to pull something so they can score a victory by any means.
I like giving people the benefit of the doubt, but maybe I'm just a good person. As Chris Bay looking to turn the lights out on Brian Myers.
Oh, now Alisha distracting Chris Bay, and a chop block by Brian Myers. Tag made. In comes Eddie Edwards.
That'll teach the Ultimate Finesser to keep his eye on his opponent and not the beautiful woman at ringside.
Edwards takes a shot at Matt Hardy there. Oh, and clobbers Chris Bay. Edwards and Myers lost the TNA World Tag Team titles to the ABC at Slammiversary. JDC lost to Matt Hardy at Slammiversary. Moose lost his TNA World Championship at Slammiversary thanks to, Joe Hendry eliminating him in the main event. Covered. Oh, and a kick out.
There is no doubt about it. Thanks to the one that everyone seems to believe in, Joe Hendry. In that match, he changed the face of TNA in that moment. At that time, we were guaranteed a new champion. That ended up being, of course, the wanted man, Nick Nemeth. But what a turn of events, what a sea change Joe Hendry brought upon this company.
And you talked about Nemeth. We know that next week, Ryan Nemeth will go one-on-one with Frankie Kazarian, and
Cover here from Dango.
kick out also. The TNA World Championship will be on the line as the brand new champion Nick Nemeth will defend his title against the former X Division champion Mustafa Ali. It'll be the first time that the TNA World title is defended on Impact since November of last year.
Right on the heels of Slammiversary, TNA Wrestling not slowing down, and neither is this main event matchup.
Tag made. In comes Brian Myers. Nick Nemeth said earlier on tonight he's prepared to be a fighting champion.
That's all well and good, and that takes a lot of guts. A lot of guts. I just hope that Nick Nemeth, like many before him, don't live to eat those words.
And what a week it has been for TNA Wrestling, and especially Joe Hendry, who this past Tuesday night, the NXT fans got to learn a little bit more about one of the hottest stars of professional wrestling. On top of that, the Rascals got themselves a victory once again this past Tuesday night live on NXT. We know Joe Hendry is going to be a part of NXT's Great American Bash next week. Tag made by Myers. Oh no, look at this. And, Bay thrown first into the middle rope. Ace Austin suffered the same way at Slammiversary.
Simple but effective to force the velocity that the system just absolutely piled onto the throat, the jugular of Chris Bay.
Edwards launching Bay off the ropes. Went for the sunset flip. Edwards trying to hang on here. On a tag, man, it's Myers who's legal. Bay wasn't aware of it, and he gets cracked from behind. Cover. Myers legal. Kick out by Bay.
That is Tag Team 101 from Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers. Beautifully done.
Right now, Johnny Tango Curtis, JDC, legal into the fray. Turned him inside out there on the standing suplex, and a kick out by Bay again.
And Tango, when he locks in like this, is so effective, so dangerous. We heard him say weeks back.
Tag.
When he came to TNA originally, he was there. He said he didn't care about pro wrestling. He was lackadaisical. He was this. He goes, can you imagine? I was still good then. Can you imagine what I could do when I tried? And now we're starting to see that.
Now Bay trying to get to his corner. Needs to make a tag, either Ace Austin or Matt Hardy. His corner also has Joe Hendry in it, all for support and backup. But Eddie Edwards takes away Ace Austin from the apron.
There goes one tag possibility.
Edwards with a Tiger Driver. Bay with an Enziguri. We've got an opening here.
But Bay needs to stir. Bay needs to find his way back.
On a tag made, JDC to meet Matt Hardy. JDC wanted no part of Hardy to begin this matchup.
And we're getting a repeat. A Slammiversary now.
JDC, who assaulted Jeff and Rebecca Hardy last week on Impact, caused Matt Hardy the worst night of his life. Cover off the powerbomb and a kick out.
Matt Hardy still has some punishment to dish out for that, still some vengeance to give.
Edwards sent hard to the outside. Look at this. Matt Hardy gets two members of the system at once. Cover. JDC kicks out.
Take another look at this. A little bit of 2-for-1 action from Broken Matt Hardy on the system.
Now Myers trying to run interference. Ace Austin into the ring.
Now look at it. This one's starting to just spill out of control once again.
Bay squaring off with Eddie Edwards. Now look at this.
Come on.
And the ABC trying to delete the system.
Referee, get control of this matchup.
Shades of the Hardys. And now Matt Hardy, side effects. And now Now Ace Austin going up top, twisting swanton bomb. Here's the cover, hook to the leg, on the system, break up the pinfall.
Great way of using your opponents as a battering ram, as a weapon there from the system.
This match is an absolute mess, a pile of bodies, and on top of that, on the outside, Joe Hendry backing up the ABC and Matt Hardy, and the system of Moose and Alisha Edwards in their corner.
And the ABC take flight to take out the system.
And our referee is trying to keep Alisha Edwards at bay in the middle of the ring. Is JDC in store for another twist of fate? And Moose accidentally speared JDC. And there's Hendry.
This is absolute madness.
Hendry picking up where he left off at Slammiversary. The man who ensured Moose would no longer be TNA World Champion. Twist of fate.
And they're not done yet. There's the tag to Chris Bay.
Chris Bay up top. Splash! Cover! Hardy and the ABC beat the system.
Here are your winners, Broken Matt Hardy and the ABC.
An inter-system tragedy plays into the end of this match, Tom.
In the wake of one of the greatest events in the history of TNA wrestling, a new chapter has unfolded.
It's Ace Austin and it's Chris Bay. Top guys about to come and set the record straight.
You know what, Tasha Steelz? The quintessential knockout, Gisele Shaw, has beaten you on Impact, one-on-one, fair and square. And you literally had to steal the pin from me at Slammiversary. But you know what, Miss Thing, Miss Flava, it ain't over yet.
Up next, it's our Xplosion main event as Gisele Shaw goes one-on-one with Tasha Steelz. That's next. Welcome back to TNA Xplosion, and we are now set for your main event.
Introducing first, from the Brick City, the Brickwood Badass, Tasha Steelz.
Well, tonight is an opportunity for Tasha Steelz to prove that the victory she got on the countdown to Slammiversary this past weekend was indeed earned. I don't know if I'd go that far, however, it was a fatal four-way matchup with no countouts and no disqualifications.
It was, and the victory was for anyone to take, but if you ask Gisele Shaw, that victory was hers.
Ultimately, it was Tasha Steelz who scored the victory down the stretch. Gisele Shaw hitting that denouement. Zaya Brookside and Triple A's Fabi Apache were also involved. It looked like Shaw was about to win the matchup, and then Steelz swooped in and took it.
Yes, she did, and Gisele is here to settle that tonight.
Her opponent from Windsor, Ontario, Canada, the quintessential knockout, Gisele Shaw.
Now for Shaw, it was such a great opportunity on the countdown to Slammiversary, which you can watch back anytime on demand on TNA+. Shaw and the rest of the field saw that as an opportunity to A, get an important victory on one of TNA's biggest stages, but also maybe make the case for title contention. Steelz walked away with the victory. Shaw now trying to prove that the one-on-one victory she had a few weeks ago on Impact against Steelz was true, that she is capable of beating Steelz one-on-one again.
Absolutely, and you said it right there. She's out to prove something. You know, before Giselle's leave of absence, she felt like she had left a lot of unfinished business. Before she was very easily ready to kind of leave things behind and move on to whatever she thought would serve her next. But now she's turned over a
a new leaf. She's turned over a new leaf, and she is ready to finish all the business, and she's gonna prove that she is what she says she is, the quintessential knockout, and she's gonna do it one by one.
Steelz showing a lot of disrespect for Shaw. No surprise there, Gia. That's kind of how the Boricua Badass rolls. And now Steelz on the move, trying to avoid Gisele Shaw, trying to dive into the ring. Shaw nearly got her hands on Steelz. Went for the elbow drop there, and Shaw is a little too quick.
Egad. Hell hath no fury like a Gisele scorned.
Ain't that the truth? We were sold out last weekend right here inside the Verdun Auditorium in Montreal, Quebec, Canada for Slammiversary, TNA's highest attended event in over a decade.
And it was that four-way that kicked the night off.
Corkscrew uppercut by Shaw. Here's the cover. Hook to the leg and a kick out by Steelz.
These ladies started the night off on the countdown to Slammiversary, and what a way to set the tone for the evening. I mean, it was an incredible night all around, and these ladies weren't short on it.
Boot right to the face. What a night of action last night on Impact. Matt Hardy and the ABC defeating the system. Certainly a system breakdown at Slammiversary. That's a story we're going to keep an eye on. And the new TNA World Champion, Nick Nemeth, is prepared now to defend his championship for the first time against the former X Division champion, Mustafa Ali, on this coming week's edition of Impact.
And that will be
Shoulder first into the post went Shaw.
the first time that the world title has been defended on Impact since November. It was Alex Shelley defending against a challenging Jonathan Gresham.
That was an excellent match in Chicago. Nick Nemeth is found to be a fighting champion. Anyone from anywhere is welcome to step up and challenge him to the title.
And with the way that wrestling is right now, who knows who's gonna answer that call?
Series of elbow drops by Steelz after Shaw went into the post. Here's the cover. Steelz is taking control here against Gisele Shaw. So a huge TNA World title match coming up next week. And also, love will be in the air, Gia.
Oh, I'm so excited. I love weddings.
The wedding between PCO, the French-Canadian Frankenstein, and Steph Delander will happen right here in Montreal on Impact this coming week.
Oof.
And now Steelz with the draping DDT to Shaw.
Oh my goodness. Gisele was just stacked
She's in trouble right now with a kick out.
right on top of her neck. I was worried that was going to be it, but like I've said before, this is a different Gisele Shaw. She's got a lot more fight, and it's because it's coming from a different place now.
A lot of positivity instilled in Gisele Shaw by the TNA Hall of Famer Gail Kim.
Absolutely. Gisele says she's in her lover era, but clearly no love for Tasha Steelz.
I don't know that many people that have love for Tasha Steelz.
Tasha Steelz? Tasha Steelz has love for Tasha Steelz.
Tasha loves Tasha. Oh, now Tasha going for the crucifix bomb there. Calls it the blackout.
Oh, the strength of Gisele Shaw.
Driving Steelz spine first into the canvas. Watch this again. Look at the strength of Shaw. Denies the blackout and then bam, down goes Steelz.
Wow, that is just one of the reasons she is the quintessential knockout. She's got athleticism, she's got beauty, and she's got power.
Oh, there's some of that power, case in point.
Oof.
Big right hand delivered to Steelz.
Knocking the taste out of Tasha's mouth. How's that flavor for you?
A lot of questions following Slammiversary. Who will be next to challenge for the TNA Knockouts World Championships held by the Militia? Who will be next to step up to the juggernaut, the Knockouts World Champion, Jordan Grace? Opportunity for both these women to stand out. Oh, and a spear by Shaw. And now Shaw measuring Steelz.
Oh.
Full Nelson into the backbreaker. Face plant. Calls that shock and awe. Shoots the half. Here's the cover. Steelz able to stay in this.
Gisele Shaw, she never ceases to give just that. Shock and awe.
Now up onto the shoulders Reminiscent of Chris Sabin's cradle shock, trying to set that up. Oh.
Uh-oh.
I like the Tasha Steelz. Oh. Reminiscent of Alex Shelley's sliced bread there for a moment.
Motor City Machine Guns, you'll see their influence everywhere.
Absolutely. Now into the corner. Oh, and the tornado DDT by Steelz. There's the cover. Shoulders down. Oh, and Shaw staying alive.
Not just yet.
Steelz, who's had 2 Knockouts World title shots this year. Shaw, who challenged Grace for the title back in No Surrender in New Orleans earlier on this year. That's what sparked this change in her. There's the cover. Oh, shoulders down. Steelz. Steelz has on the rope and pins Shaw.
Here's your winner, Tasha Steelz.
Well, a victory for Tasha Steelz, but as we said at the start, I think there's going to be some more unfinished business between these 2 knockouts.
Steelz took the win from Shaw in the countdown to Slammiversary, and tonight, Tasha Steelz cheated to beat Gisele Shaw on Xplosion.